Dear students, today we are going to discuss about interpolation. Before that, I will explain about types of interval. Here I gave an example. Means we have a two types of interval. One is equal interval, another one is unequal interval. To solve the problems on interpolation, you must know the difference between equal interval and unequal interval. The difference is, observe the values of x here. Here x ranges from 0 to 6. The same thing here also. The x values varies from 0 to 6. But observe the difference here. The difference between x1 minus x0 is 1. The difference between x2 minus x1 is 1. The difference between x3 minus x2 is also 1. Similarly, the difference between x4 minus x3, x5 minus x4 and x6 minus x1 is all 1. So this type of interval is called as equal interval. And observe another example here. The difference between x1 and x0 is 1, but the difference between x2 and x1 is 2. These two are not equal. And next, x3 minus x2 is just 0.5, so again not equal. Here 1.5 and then 0.6 and then 0.4. So here the differences are not equal. So this type of intervals are called unequal interval. So remember, equal interval means the difference between consecutive values of x are same. Okay. Similarly, unequal interval means the difference between the consecutive values of x are not same. Now I will come to the important definition, interpolation. We already know if we have a function y is equal to f of x, if we replace x by x naught, you will get y naught. Similarly, if you replace x by x1, you will get y1. X by x2, you will get y2. Similarly, etc. If you replace x by xn, you will get yn. Now, the process of finding the value of y for a given value of x between x0 to xn is called as interpolation. Means, here I gave some examples. I will give the value of y when x is equal to 0. I will give the value of y when x is equal to 1. Similarly, for x is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will give the values of y at this point of x. But I don't know what is the value of y at x is equal to 2.5, because in the table I'm not giving the value of y when x is equal to 2.5 or 5.9 or 0.4. So observe these values, 0.4, 2.5, 5.9 lies between 0 to 6. This process is called as interpolation. Means finding the value of y for a given values of x where x lies between x0 to xn is called as interpolation. So what is extrapolation? In the same example, we are going to find the value of y when x is equal to minus 1, or we are going to find the value of y when x is equal to 6.1. Observe these value minus 1, 6.1, not in the interval 0 to 6. So this process is called as extrapolation. That is, the process of finding y outside the given range of x is called as extrapolation. Is it clear? Interpolation means finding the value of y for a given value of x where x lies between the interval. Extrapolation means where x lies outside the interval. Okay. Now here we have a three type of interpolations. One is forward and backward interpolation. Second one is divided difference interpolation. And then Lagrange's interpolation. First we'll discuss about Lagrange's interpolation formula. If we have a values of y, I will take an example of 4 values of y for a 4 different values of x. If you have y0 for a corresponding values of x0, y1 for x1, y2 for x2 and y3 for x3, then the Lagrange's interpolation formula is given by, observe the terms here, x minus x1. I'm not considering the first term of x. This is the first term of the formula. Here x0 we are not considering in the numerator. X minus x1 into x minus x2 into x minus x3. Now observe the denominator. Which one the missing term? X0 is the missing term. So in the denominator, I'm going to replace this x by the missing term. So x0 minus x1, x0 minus x2, x0 minus x3. And when I consider x as x0, what is the corresponding values of y? When x is x0, y is y0. So I will multiply that y0 here. Plus, so this is your first term. Now how to consider second term? Plus, what is the second values of x? x1. So I won't consider that in the numerator. So observe x minus x0, x minus x2, x minus x3. So x1 is missing. So in the denominator, I will replace this x by x1. So x1 minus x0, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3. And for x1, the corresponding value of y is y1. So I will multiply that here. Similarly, the third term and the fourth term. For example, if you have one more term, x4, y4, so you will get another term. Okay, so this is your Lagrange's interpolation formula, where this x represents at this point of x, we are going to find y. At some point of x, we are going to find y. So that is x here. Similar to this, we have a Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula. Inverse interpolation formula is nothing but everything remains the same, but we are going to replace y by x and x by y. So in Lagrange's formula, we are finding y at given point of x. But in inverse Lagrange's interpolation, you are going to find x at some point of y. So that is called as inverse Lagrange's interpolation formula. So now here, to solve some problems, I need this important note. So in some cases, using this Lagrange's interpolation formula, we are going to find a polynomial. So consider this. If you have a 3-factor x minus a into x minus b into x minus c, in this case, the multiplication, to multiply these 3-factor, remember this formula. First consider the cubic degree of x cube minus x square into, remember the coefficient of x square is always the constant terms here, a plus b plus c. So minus x square into a plus b plus c plus x into a into b plus b into c and then a into c. So observe here, x into ab plus bc plus ca minus the product of all the three constant terms ABC. So use this technique to multiply the 3-factor x minus a into x minus b into x minus c. We know how to multiply the 2-factor x minus a and x minus b. But if you have a 3-factor, this is very useful to solve the problem. So in the next class, we are going to discuss about the problems on Lagrange's interpolation and inverse Lagrange's interpolation. Thank you.